Welcome to Flip Lesson 66 for the 5th grade. Today we're going to continue using measurement to help us understand decimals, but this time we're just going to stick within the ranges of millimeters and centimeters and see the relationship between these two ideas. Now, up on the screen, you see the pencil there, and the question says, what is the length of this pencil in millimeters? Now, understanding a ruler is something you should be pretty familiar with, but just in case you're not quite certain about what we're looking at, we see a centimeter ruler, right? So we have 10 centimeters on this ruler, and you should know that within 1 centimeter, this distance right here, right, we have 10 millimeters, right? So each one of these individual lines is a millimeter. So if our question is asking us what is the length of this pencil in millimeters, we would say, okay, I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, right? Because each of those are worth 10. And then I can count the individual lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. And so I could easily say 68 millimeters. Now, if we wanted to do this now in centimeters, right, we can easily see we have 6 centimeters. But now to show the part of a centimeter, right, to get to this mark right here, where our line is, right? We know it's at the 8 millimeter mark, but how do we write that as a decimal, right? We know that between 6 and 7, there are 10 little marks, right? So there are 8 of the 10 marks are what we're using when it comes to our measurement, or 8 tenths, right? Another, we could write that, right? We just learned about our decimal places. We have our ones place value and our tenths place value, right? Which would mean that if we have 8 tenths, we have 8 tenths. And so in the end, we're going to have a decimal place of 6.8 centimeters. And we can use this idea to help us understand the relationship between millimeters and centimeters. Since there are 10 millimeters in 1 centimeter, we can use tenths to help us understand this idea. From here, we can use this idea and just, instead of looking at it in terms of centimeters, we can just look at a number line in general. And so here we have a number line, 2, 3, 4, and as we count, right, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's how we go. To go from 2 to 3, there are 10 spaces there. All right, there are 10 spaces there, right? Counted the lines, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm counting too fast. 9, 10. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 spaces. With that in mind, we can use the same principle, right? I know I'm starting at 2. I want to go to the star, so I have 2 point. And what part am I going? Right? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? So that's 6 out of the 10 parts, or 6 tenths. This is our tenths place value, so we have 2.6 for our first star. We look at our second star then, and we say, okay, we're starting at 3 this time. And we go 1, 2, 3, right? 3 out of the 10 parts, or 3 tenths, 3 decimal point, tenths, we have 3 tenths. So our second star would be 3.3. All right, that's our look at measurement. Here is a sample problem to get you on your way for lesson 66.